Hi, welcome back to Cooking with the King Family Cookbook. It's been a little while because I've been really busy, but it's fall and I've got a few days off. So we are cooking raw apple cake from the kitchen of Xan and her two daughters, Erin and Annie, two of my favorites. So this sounds really good. It sounds like it's a really good kind of holiday dessert, and we just came into a ton of apples from my aunt who has an apple tree in her backyard, so we're trying to use them up. Calls for 2 cups grated apples. And I've already grated a bunch of it. I just, for time's sake, was trying to get all that done ahead of time. So you want to peel them, and then you want to grate them. Think of like a carrot cake, right? So this should be really moist. I'm kind of excited. I'm always excited. And then, because apple's brown, you're going to want to sprinkle the grated apples with a little bit of lemon juice, so they don't get all brown and grody before you get back to them. We might need a little bit more. So I'm gonna go peel some more. Okay, so we've got 2 cups of apples grated. We've tossed a few drops of lemon juice over them to keep them from browning. It calls for 1/2 cup of butter. So we've got our cube there, and we're gonna cream that with 3/4 cup sugar. We'll get that going, and then we'll add 1 egg. That just happened. Cooking with Jen, it's always an adventure. That's never happened before. I quit. Look at the sugar all over my phone. Adding 1 egg. That's getting beautiful. So then we're going to add 1 cup flour. I've given up on being neat. My parents get mad when we don't cook neat, and I can't, because that happens. One cup flour. Hopefully nothing will come flying out. And then we're gonna start with all of the little things, the cinnamon, the salt, the soda, stuff like that. So we need 1/2 teaspoon salt. Every time I look at my phone, it's like got sugar dust all over it. Not look like a cake batter at all, because we don't have the apples in yet. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, which is good because if it didn't call for at least 1, I wouldn't have added it myself. This is the hugest bottle. And we're going to call that a heaping teaspoon. 1 teaspoon soda. I just inhaled cinnamon. Whew.
It's soda, not powder, right?
Yeah.
Not that I've ever...
Have done that?
No.
I think there's a story of my mom's mom making an apple pie or a cherry pie and accidentally using salt instead of sugar, I think. We'll have to double check on that. Nutmeg and vanilla. So we need 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. It's the little guy here. If I can get my finger, there we go. I'm gonna dump our apples in with this now, kind of get some of that juice in there. Regardless of the lemon juice, they did get a little brown. There we go. Wow.
Vanilla?
Yeah, we do need vanilla. It calls for 1 teaspoon, but I don't measure vanilla. I dump. There we go. I'm licking the batter. It's good. It's really good. I'm almost wishing that we had doubled the recipe. It kind of suggested it, but I was like, we'll just make a small one. You're gonna wanna bake it at 350 in an 8x8 dish. Let me see, am I supposed to grease this? It doesn't say. So we're just gonna sometimes I'll just throw a little Pam in just to be safe.
I love Pam.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Pam this, then we're gonna dump this in here. We're gonna stick it in the oven at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes. Hello, so now we're making the topping for our cake. It's in the oven at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes. We're chopping up, this says 3 to 4 chopped apples of your choice. I'm chopping a few more because some of these are really small. And we're gonna saute them in a pan with some instant pudding mix and some juice and some seasonings. So that on top of our raw apple cake should be, it sounds really good. Okay, so we've got our apples. We're sauteing them with 1 cup of apple juice. You can use cranberry juice too. And we're also going to put in our instant vanilla pudding mix. And so as these all sort of cook down together, it's gonna thicken. We're gonna add some cinnamon and some nutmeg. And once our cake is done, we'll top the cake with this apple mixture. And we want these to get nice and soft and thick. Okay, so this is our hot apple mixture that's gonna go over our cake. Our cake is almost done. We're adding 1 teaspoon cinnamon to this. And it doesn't say that you have to add nutmeg, but we're gonna because we like spice. The more fall spicy, the better it is. We actually ended up adding way more apple juice as well, just because it kind of thickened pretty quickly and we wanted it to have this sort of like soupy, pour over your dessert consistency. So we're gonna let that cinnamon sort of get in there. I'm just gonna take a little bit of nutmeg and add it in. Just like that. And now that the apples are starting to cook down, they're releasing some of their juices, starting to get a little thick and creamy. I have a feeling this is gonna be good. That we were just saying that the Conklings always had great desserts. That would be Aunt Donna's family. So Xan, Jamie, Kathy,
Candy.
Candy, thank you.
Lorette.
They were the biggest family. There's too many to remember. Lorette, how could I forget Lorette? We've done so many of her recipes. We made homemade whipped cream to go with it. On a lot of it. I made way more than I thought I should, but I did. Do you want to try some? It's really good. I added sugar to make it a little sweet. And vanilla. The cake is out of the oven. It's over here. We just pulled it out. It looks so good with all the texture of the apples and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait for it to cool. I think I'm cutting into it now and then lathering it with some of the apple mixture that we created and some of that whipped cream. Puppy wants some too. He's nudging my leg. So here we go. Here's our cake, layered with our apple mixture, layered with our homemade whipped cream. Haven't tasted it yet. I'm afraid I'm gonna burn my mouth, but in the interest of
eating
and fall. It's very good. I didn't get any cake yet. Hold on. The apple mixture. It is really good. It's moist. It's so fall. If you're not a huge fan of pumpkin, this is your new fall favorite. This apple. Oh, Dad, you gotta try it. It's really good. Okay, so the verdict is that the raw apple cake from the Albright, it's gonna be the Albright kitchen because it's Xan, Aaron, and Annie Albright. is to die for. It's pretty good. It's pretty fall. All of them put together, the cake with the apple mixture with the whipped cream. You won't be able to eat that much of it though. It's like eating a brick, but so good. So good. What say ye, Ricky?
Oh, the sauce wins.
The sauce wins. Yeah.
The sauce. I mean, whipped cream is like a nice, fun topping. It's pretty great, but you just have a nice small bowl and you go.
You are
that
good
was
to go.
It's like having a melted caramel apple poured over an apple zucchini-ish type of cake.
Yeah, it was really good. Really great for a fall get-together or a fall
Good
day.
going, Conklings.
Page 149 in the King Family Cookbook. Go get it. Amazon or the official King Family website.
Blah, blah, blah site.